Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I'm continuing to play my free-to-play account. Now, I'm focusing on my free-to-play account for the next few weeks at least. Now, I say I'm playing it for the event, but to be fair, I've only platooned a little bit, so I'm probably not even going to get the tank. But, you know, while I'm on there, I'm just focusing. You know, I'm grinding. I'm up to the waffle, which the next video will be the waffle, or the video yesterday is the waffle whenever this is released. And not only that, but I'm enjoying playing my free-to-play account. It has decent stats, and, you know, I'm enjoying the grind again. And this video is basically, I had the E100, so I grinded the E100. It was my second tier 10, but I'd never actually played the E100 on this account. I managed to get the tier 10 without playing the E100. Then I started to grind the grill line, which is what you're seeing in the videos now. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and play the E100 until I get the mastery badge. So I'm going to play it until I get the ace. So that is what you are seeing now. So the E100, I'm glad that I did grind it, because, you know, I've always said the E100 is a noob man's tank. There's so many people that play the E100 that don't know how to play the E100. And ultimately, like, a 40%, 30% player are all playing the E100. Now, there is a reason for that, and mostly it is because of the Tiger. So people join the game. Most of the people want to play for the Tiger. You know, it's one of the most famous tanks in the world. And of course, leading on from the Tiger is the King Tiger, the E75, and of course the E100. So it's probably one of the most popular tier 10s in the game, and that is all due to the Tiger, of course. So, you know, grinding the tank, I'm glad I grinded the tank. But again, as I've said, it is definitely a noob man's tank, but it is a tank I secretly, not even secretly, it is a tank that I really do love playing. So I thought, you know what, you know, I'm grinding the lines, I'm playing the lines, and I thought, I haven't had any battles in my E100 yet. So I thought, do you know what, let's play the E100, let's make a video on the E100, and let's just play it until I get the mastery badge. Luckily for me, it didn't take too long. Now, this all was pretty much in one day. I played it, and it wasn't a lot of battles. Now, this was one battle. This wasn't my first battle, it was, I think, my 5th battle in the tank. Managed to get a first class and 5,000 damage. But of course, first class is not good enough in my books. I'm playing it to get the mastery badge, and I'm going to continue to play this tank until I get the mastery badge. Now, that battle there, I didn't even do much. It didn't feel like I'd done much, but yet I still managed to finish the game with 5,000 damage, and that is what this tank is capable of doing. Sometimes you don't realize, if you get a few nice juicy HE shots out on this thing, then honestly, like, you can pump up that damage very quick. It's not known for massive DPM. It hasn't got massive DPM. What it does have is that massive alpha, and it really does help. Now, armor profile wise, it can be very, very good, which is why I say that this tank is a noob man's tank, because there are also some very, very big weak points, and one of them is the lower plate, and the other is the cheeks of the tank. Now, if you're not angling correctly, all of those are very easy to pen, and that's why a lot of newbie players, I'm not going to say like really bad players, but newer players, just don't know how to angle it. And if they angled it correctly, they will perform much, much better in this tank. Because not only do you have to angle your hull because of the lower plate, you also have to angle your turret because, again, your weak point. So you need to try and angle both. And you can see here, every time I take a shot against this Super Conqueror, I'm always trying to hide my lower plate, and I'm trying to angle my turret. That is what you have to do in this tank. And just against this guy, I know he's not the most cleverest, but I've managed to bounce 1,220 damage just from this guy. And I've managed to pretty much, I'm not going to get the final shot, but I've managed to almost clear him whilst only being shot once from him. So I've done a good job, you know. I'll take that any day of the week. That for me is a fantastic trade. So 2,500 damage done, 1,200 damage blocked, but of course there is still 6 tanks left alive. Now we've got 5 tanks. So if we're going to win this, we have to make a move and we have to try to save my hit points, because it is going to be close. Looking at my team's hit points and of course the players still playing, it is still going to be very close. Now there is a few of us around this corner. The Death Star is now pretty much on his own. But there is just 4 of us left alive. My Death Star there is a one-shot, so we really do need to clear this Death Star. Now, this BZ-75 is going to become one of my best friends, excuse me, because he really does help. So now it is a 3 versus 3. However, the team still have hit points. They still have quite a few hit points between them, and 2 of them are medium tanks. Now, the Tortoise there, he is now a one-shot. I'm not too worried about him. If I need to, I could just load up the HE, splash him with damage. But then this guy, the Skoda T50, comes behind me. So at this point, I'm ignoring the Tortoise because this guy becomes more dangerous. So as you can see, I am going towards him, and you can see my turret. I'm trying to angle my turret the best I can, and it does work. You know, I still get a bounce, and now the Object 140 has come behind me. I have to try and clear this guy as soon as possibly can. So I'm just trying to back up at this point because, you know, I don't want to just go forward to that Skoda, and this Object 140 has 3 shots into me. So I'm actually trying to get in between them and actually get behind him. So now both tanks are actually in the same direction. Now this shot here was a bit of a mess up. I did want to go with the HE, tried to go for the Ram, leave him on 5 freaking hit points, but luckily look at this guy. The BZ goes for the Ram, and he actually has a very good game. So 2,830 damage blocked, and of course I do end the game with 5,611 damage, and we do manage to get the mastery badge. So 3,200 block damage is actually very good in this tank, and you know, if you can angle it correctly, albeit you have to rely on the enemy team, you can get bounces easily in this tank, but you have to angle correctly. So as soon as we get the game, we get the mastery badge. Let's just head over to the tank section, and you can see it only took me 7 battles to get this mastery badge, and in that 7 battles I still managed to get 3 first classes and 1 mastery badge. So out of them 7, there was only 3 of those that I didn't get a second, third. I actually didn't perform that well. So that just goes to show that this tank is capable in the right hands. To get 3 first classes and a mastery badge all within 7 battles, I'm happy with that. I am really, really happy with that. Now, we are going to move over to the Super Conqueror, as I have been playing this 39 battles and I still have not got the mastery badge. So I'm going to keep playing the Super Conqueror and, of course, the Chieftain until I get the mastery badge. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.